to another exciting episode of Let's Play Raincloud with me, Klaus Endomere. So today we'll be working on something that some of you have been curious about. So I've laid this sandstone sort of frame for a very long time, and I haven't done anything with it, mainly because I haven't drawn up the final plans for it. So today we'll be working on that, and we'll be doing a little terraforming, we'll be doing a little digging, and yeah, firstly we've got to remove this, because what we're building here will go straight through the front of this, and we're going to be relocating this anyway, because Block Samurai is relocating this enchanting hut into one of her towers. It can't remember which one, because I think that one's for potions. There's a reason why it's a little stumpier than the rest, but I do believe it's that one, that big one in the background, that is being relocated to. But anyway, I've already notified her that I'm relocating this already, so I'll be leaving it in its entirety in the manner of storing, so she can actually physically move it herself when she gets round to it. So yeah, I'm going to get to doing this, and we'll be starting to build the sandstone structure that I've been talking about. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so following the removal of the enchanting hut, we will be filling this area in, and I've already filled in a lot of this before we started, because originally the hill only went up to about here, and this is, I still haven't really given away what this thing is. You might have been able to guess from the title. I'm building a giant portcullis here, and just I couldn't have afterwards, so like you enter the portcullis, you just like, oh, it's just hill, so I stretched it out a bit so there'll be a dip in here, and this. Okay, sorry about that rude interruption there. It's just so after you enter the portcullis and you come down here, and this area is mine, and it will sort of explain why we've built this bridge onto this island, and we've built the lava moat, and it was all sort of building up to this area. Now that I'm looking at it now, after I've built this, which was very unplanned, I thought it's not best to actually put this here anymore. It's probably better to put it closer to this side, because then if I put it this side, it would make sense that all trade would have access coming out of the nether portal, coming through the portcullis, and probably into this area. It would allow things to be structured a bit differently. So a path down here, obviously the villagers will be moved away after we enter 1.9, so I make a infinite villager breeder, and so we'd be able to come up to here and enter the castle, which I've also decided that I'm not going to be using it as initially intended. What I initially intended to do was put the castle up there and sort of have the I guess the richer population live up there, and just build fancy houses up there and that kind of sort. But what I've decided to do instead is, as the other Raincloudians know, I've decided to change it into sort of like a sort of a museum of sorts. Basically, it catalogues everything that I hold dear, and things that are already going into it are presents that I've received. So my holy mackerel token will be going in there, my Raincloud token will be going in there, the map that we got given at the start, the presents that we got given that we haven't used yet will be going in there. So yeah, a lot of that will be going up there. Also, I've invited the monthly guests to come and sort of make their mark on the server. Yes, they're already building in spawn, but I invited them to come, and personally I'll provide most of the materials that they'll be building with, to sort of leave their mark on the server and just have it in the castle up there. So I'll be expanding it. Obviously the first area is sort of already marked out, so it's already ready to receive Raincloudian sort of creations, but I'm still gonna expand it, and I'm also gonna put my own twist onto it, that kind of deal. But yeah, so I'm gonna quickly fill this in, and we'll be remarking the new area out. So instead of having the portcullis there, we'll move it over to this side, and yeah. So I'll be changing a lot of the designs, this, that, and the other. So I'll be seeing you guys in a second. So as you can see, I've relaid the foundations, and remember this bit originating in cobblestone was in sandstone. That was actually marking the entrances of the portcullises. So it wasn't actually marking out where the towers were going. And as you can see, this is where two of the arches will be going, and this is where one of the towers will be going, and there's a tower over there. There's a clear problem though. This tower is actually cutting into the sort of the landscape that Block has made, and it's going to be cutting into a significant amount, especially with the path that she's built. So because as you can see, there's going to be another 2 blocks here, and then a 5 block gap, so like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, so at least this far in, and that's only the that side of the wall. It also has to come back a little, so it's quite a big structure. So I'm gonna put off building this side first, and I'm gonna ask Block about it, because I've sort of positioned it weirdly and it's all gone horribly wrong. Yeah. So I know I was talking about building one project every episode. So since we've already started on this episode and I still need some clearance, I will be going to get that clearance and see if I can continue with this project, or if not, then I will scrap this next time, and we'll move on to something that's a smaller project that will take up the second half of this video. So yeah. The reason I'm not moving the cows is because Block has an idea of moving the cows into sort of a quote-unquote garden of some sort, and it'll be behind the manor of storing. So yeah, that's her project right now. So we'll find something else to do. So I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, okay, so months and months ago, I boasted that I had a use for granite because, as you may know, not a lot of people on the server like granite. And it's sort of a well-known fact that I also don't like granite. But yeah, so I was saying that I had a use for granite, and yeah, it's time to publicly make it known what I'm going to be using my granite for. Now, a lot of you may know that before I came to the Raincloud server, I had a little run-in with the Realm of Signs, and let's just say they brought a lot of people to the house of Klaus, and I wasn't happy about it. They took up a lot of my space, and they were in my area, and I just didn't like it. So I enlisted the help of the Golems, and I've sort of brought them back. So they've kind of followed me to the Raincloud, and they're gonna be helping me sort of guard my little fortress area. And this is what I'm building. And the golems are quite large, I've got to say. They are big. Let's do this. Sorry, I'm following a blueprint over here. One, two, one layer, but this. And obviously, they're going to be ice golems. So, they're made out of ice. And this is just one of the feet. This is just one of the legs that goes into this thing. So yeah, it's pretty big. So yeah, I'm gonna build a bit more of this, and I will get back to you guys. Actually, why not join me in the building process? Because it's quite a feat. It's the golems aren't supposed to look nice. They're big, they're intimidating, and they're like in your face. So this is exactly this is essentially how this is. And I may have to put some blocks under that, and I may also have to move blocks blocks chest away too, so the golem just doesn't stand on it, like this. So yeah, the golems will have they'll have a unique body. They won't look like they're sort of very loosely based off off the off the golem in Minecraft, and I only say loosely because they are absolutely by no means the same. 4, 5, 6, and 2 on that side. So they sort of look like that shape, and you'll see in a second what I mean. I'm gonna quickly get a bit more of this done because I'm just following instructions on a piece of sheet right now. So I'll see you guys in a second. Now, looking at this thing, it looks a bit hideous, right? I took inspiration from a few places, let's put it that way. So the granite has gone to make the middle of the face. This quartz area is the middle of the face, and the insignia on the front, and the insignias on the arms, and the top of where the dark oak is. Let me explain that. So there's gonna be 3 tiers of golems. There is gonna be the granite golems. There's gonna be the diorite golem and the andesite golems. So basically, you'll just be able to distinguish their rank by what you see on the front, arms, and face. So yeah, they'll probably have different roles, but I haven't decided on that yet. But this is how I'm going to be using our stash of granite. Like here, I took a stack and I used 54 of it. That's a lot. I mean, that's looking around, not one of these builds has granite in it. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I'm obviously there's gonna be loads of fixtures to this. The arms, for example, when we get down there, they have 3 claws on them, so they'll be able to reach out and grab stuff, unlike the normal golems. And if you can see the front here, there's I used redstone in the middle, so it looks like when if you look at it, like I can't really exaggerate it now, but it always looks like it's looking at you if you're in front of it. If you can see its eyes, it's sort of always looking at you, and it's like the spider effect, you know, like a bit cyborgy, that kind of deal. Yeah, and the lapis was just to break it up. But yeah, I don't know why I use lapis there. Actually, it just says on the thing, it says lapis, so I'm like, okay, guess I'll just use lapis. But yeah, so that's the little logo that I'm going for there. The 2 squares and then the cross in the middle. It's kind of a nice design. Yeah, it's I mean, it's simple, it represents, and yeah, it's very noticeable. On the side I've done that as well, and at the top it's like if you ever have like chest armor, it's sort of like at the top there that sticks out. I couldn't really do anything for that, so I just did that. I mean, it looks pretty, well, it's honestly a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Let's put it that way, because like I originally thought they were gonna be, you know, as tall as the fishing hut, and I'm like, oh, I can have loads of them around. Nope, I can probably fit 4 in this lower area, and it would dominate the landscape. Yeah, so I was I'm gonna have them get into like loads of shenanigans. Like obviously they're made of compact ice and granite and quartz and some wood, but I'm gonna have one of them working like at a furnace area, and it's just, you see like half of its arms melted, and like it's just looking at it, and you know that it's kind of confused. I'm gonna have them, they're having a bit of shenanigans essentially. But yeah, so this is who I enlisted the help of to fight the Realm of Signs. As you can see, they've got grabby claws, which they will also have other attachments. I've got one for a mace, a sword, a hook, and an axe right now designed. And yeah, if you can see, the feet have claws because they're ferocious, and you know, you don't want to be stomped on by one of these. Yeah. and yeah, it's pretty noticeable. Let's put it that way. This thing stands on the landscape. You're gonna know it's coming. So yeah, I took a little inspiration from the iron golems where the arm reaches down past there. I didn't want to reach the ground because I wanted to have like claws and stuff. Yeah. So that's kind of it. This is all I've got time for this episode. Well, this is all I plan to do this episode. But yeah, give me feedback on this big guy. And this is right. The reason I built this guy was, you may remember maybe a few months ago or a couple of months ago, before the manner of storing was complete, I built a big version of me in the manner of storing. And yeah, so the reason I wanted to build him this big is, well, to match the big guy. Obviously you gotta have the biggest guy leading you, and that was a recreation of me. So, you know, the leader leading like an army of these guys, could you imagine how intimidating that'd be? Beats armor stands. But yeah, so this is sort of my little attempt at creating a little army. And if you see in the back here, there's the insignia again. And yeah, the back of the head, I originally thought I would have like the faceplate on it, but then I thought you might be able to confuse it backwards and forwards. So yeah, these golems aren't gonna be operational backwards and forwards, they're just gonna be forwards. So yeah, if you guys want to give me some feedback, comment down below in the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye for now.